Welcome to the Mama Bear Den. Remember your headphones. So, tell me again, Bella. The battle. What happened?
Well, I wasn't there for it, so I don't know a lot of the details. But you lost. Father was killed and the royal army was wiped out. Honestly, I have no idea how you survived. I'm sure the demons would have made killing you their top priority.
We lost. Are you sure? You say you weren't there, so isn't it possible that you're mistaken?
I'm not mistaken, Mother. Really wish I was, but I'm telling you the truth of what happened. Human, do you know anything about this battle? This happened well before you were born, of course, but the war was so brutal, I'm almost certain that humans must have passed down the stories about the final battle. I myself have heard nothing in the faraway lands I lived in, but perhaps around here there are still legends? Yeah, that sounds about right, though I sincerely hope they exaggerated the carnage.
It's so very strange. I can remember it. At least parts of it. My husband and I, slaying demons side by side. The point where we forced them to retreat. The cries of victory. It's all so vivid, so real. How can I mistrust my own memories? How am I supposed to even know what's real?
I'm so sorry, Mother. Someday I'm sure you'll be able to sift through reality and fantasy. Someday. But for now, you'll just have to trust us. We'll help you through this.
And the servants? They're really gone.
Yes, Mother, they're gone. We talked about this yesterday.
Yes, I know. But I thought that perhaps that had been a false memory. Oh, this is hopeless. I can't possibly hope to recover if I have to doubt the things I was just told.
Patience, Mother. Remember, you taught me that the vampire's greatest strength is their enduring patience. Time washes away every injury, fells every foe. Do you remember that at least?
Yes, I'm glad that at least that's a real memory. I've always loved that one. I did love our little lessons together.
So do I. You are full of so much knowledge. Even now, you have so much more that you can teach me. You just need a little bit of time.
But I've had time. 1,200 years of it.
True, but you didn't have us to help you. Everything's going to be all right.
I truly hope you're right. I need to recover as soon as possible. I have no idea how the kingdom is truly faring. I was always proud of how capable my subjects are, but after so long they may have fallen into disarray. I shudder to think how my actions might have harmed them, thanks to my inability to understand what I'm being told.
Oh, dear. Mother, we've told you this. The kingdom is gone. There were little to no survivors, and the land was eventually claimed by other nations. I'm afraid it's all gone.
No, that's not true. That I'm certain of. Perhaps I fabricated a few memories of the most traumatic experiences of my life, and maybe I can't see things quite how they really are. But I am positive that I've been interacting with my subjects. I can't have 1,200 years worth of false memories. I can't believe that I was talking to nobody all that time.
Mother!
No, you are mistaken. Human, I understand what you're saying. I don't know how to explain how your village never heard of me, even though it's within my borders. I don't know how it's possible that nobody nearby knows of me. But none of that means I'm wrong. Just that things are more complicated than I thought.
Perhaps we should move on to a different subject then. We can address this another time. Actually, there was something I want to discuss with the human. Well, I don't want to panic you or anything. This is just a choice that you are free to make. What would you think of becoming a vampire?
Bella, you know we don't offer that willy-nilly. Turning a human that isn't worthy means creating a nigh immortal monster. Vampires have a dubious reputation as it is. We can't afford any more bad examples than we already have if we want to avoid having to go into hiding.
Mother, I know we haven't known them for very long, but, well, do you really think that it's possible that they aren't worthy? They stayed with you when you needed it, even after, well, to put it gently, essentially kidnapped them. That's a rare type of kindness.
True. I see your point. Well, it's as she said. If you wish, we could make you into one of us. A vampire. I know it sounds intimidating, and it's certainly a big choice. One that you can't undo, should you choose to go through with it. But there are many reasons to agree. You won't age or get sick. You become incredibly difficult to kill and can obtain great power the longer you live. You will be able to live for millennia. Unfortunately, your life likely won't last forever. Given enough time, things can go wrong even for a cautious vampire. But you'll eventually gain the power and knowledge to do much good. And that was why I founded my own kingdom. I saw so many problems with so many governments. Monarchies are prone to dark ages when they have bad rulers. And those newer democratic nations and republics, while resistant to corruption, they are slow to act and rely on the opinions of people who may not know what's best for them. The ideal form of government, in my opinion, is a monarchy with a wise, kind ruler. Vampires are perfect for that. They can gain centuries of experience on how to run a country before they begin their reign. They can then raise up a successor who gains a similar amount of experience, and then let them take over and watch them closely, stepping back in and correcting them if things go wrong. I'm glad you agree. I had such lofty goals, and perhaps I can make them a reality yet, with time. Forgive me, I digress. My point is, vampirism can be a splendid means to achieving goals impossible to mortals, but of course there are some side effects. Sunlight is dangerous, although perhaps not to the degree you might expect. Younger vampires can be burned by it, although it's not likely to be lethal unless you're left exposed to it for hours. Clothing and shade are sufficient to block it. After you've lived for a while as a vampire, the burning becomes weaker. At my age, it just becomes an annoyance and weakens us. Ah, no. crosses, garlic. Those things generally don't bother us. The heightened smell, those are just myths and rumors for the most part. Silver is harmful, however. It's a mild poison and can inhibit our ability to heal. Compared to the myriad ways a human can die, sunlight and silver as weaknesses is nothing much to worry about. I think the most worrisome part is the necessity to drink human blood, simply because it turns humans against us. There are those who understand that we aren't truly monsters, but vampires must always be wary of strangers. What do you think? No one will force you to decide, but we could turn you immediately if you wanted to. Really? Are you sure? Honestly, I didn't expect you to agree so quickly.
Wonderful. We can get started right away if that sounds all right with you. Oh, it's very simple. We just need to drain a lot of blood from you. All right, you just sit right there then and make yourself comfortable. Are you ready, Mother?
Naturally. Hold still now. We'll alternate so as not to overwhelm you. I've never been fond of how your blood tastes, and yet I think I'm going to miss drinking it just a little. Your turn, Bella.
You really don't like it, Mother? I quite enjoy the flavor. Blood is rarely this sweet.
You and your obsession with sweetness. Blood isn't supposed to be sweet. Ah, well, my turn again.
I think they're starting to turn. How do you feel? All right, just a bit more.
Oh, I know. The coldness is a bit unsettling, but don't worry. It will pass. It makes me think of when I was turned. Oh, that was so long ago. It's incredible how vividly I remember it after all this time. I was frightened at the time, but now I think of it fondly, as the start of my new life. Don't worry, you'll think of this moment the same way in the future. I'm sure of it.
There we are. Are you all right? Describe how you're feeling. Well, then, congratulations. It was a success. You're a vampire now, Oh. We're going to have to call you something else now.
Fledgeling should do. Don't worry about the weakness, darling. It will pass as well. And then you'll be feeling stronger than you ever have before. It was very brave of you to make this decision so quickly. Well done.
Yes, I'm quite impressed. You made the right decision. We'll look after you and make sure that your transition goes smoothly, just as you are helping us with Mother. Now, I hesitate to bring this up, but there was something else I wanted to talk about. Mother, you especially might find this difficult.
Oh? What is it now?
Well, I'm just going to rip off the band-aid. I don't think we should stay in this castle anymore. It's really not suitable for living in.
You can't be serious. I am not abandoning the palace. I will acknowledge that it is a little messy, but it's still perfectly livable. I've stayed here ever since the battle, and it's been just fine.
Messy! Messy doesn't even begin to describe it. It's falling apart, Mother. Vampire or not, it would not be a good idea for us to stay here when it finally does collapse, especially now with our fledgling. They wouldn't survive if their legs get buried under the rubble during the day.
It is not going to collapse. It's really not that bad.
Oh, Mother, you still can't see things clearly.
I can see things clearly enough. We won't abandon the palace, and that's final.
Yes, Mother. Alright, we can work on that later. Hopefully it will continue to stand until she's ready. What's that? Oh, of course. Now that you've turned, you must be starving. We'll need to get you something to drink. No, I'm afraid animal blood won't work. You can drink it to quench your thirst for a time, but you'll get malnourished if you try to live off it. It's important right now that you get a nutritious meal. I know how we can arrange that. No, don't worry. You won't have to feed off someone against their will. I found someone in the local village who's trustworthy enough. She let me drink from her a few days ago in exchange for some gold. Hopefully she'll agree to it again. And maybe she can find a couple of her friends as well. Come on, Mother. Let's all go together.
No, I'm sorry, but I can't go.
Oh, what's the problem now? What? Mother, you can't be serious. We're not leaving forever just to get something to drink for our fledgling.
I know, but I just can't.
Mother, what are you talking about? You must have had to leave the palace before to drink.
You're right. I had to have. Goodness, I wonder if I've been feeding off people against their will. I truly hope not. But right now, with everything that's going on, I can't bear to leave the palace. Everything is crumbling down around me. The palace is safe. I need time to work through this before I can go. Please just try to understand, Bella.
This certainly complicates things. I don't want to leave you alone while you're like this. I suppose I'll have to bring them here. Does that sound alright to you, Mother?
Yes, that will be fine.
Alright then, I'll be back as soon as I can. Take care while I'm gone.
I'm going to have to leave someday, aren't I? Fledgling, I'm frightened. It's been so long since I felt frightened. I wish I could face this bravely like I used to. Come here then. It somehow makes me feel better knowing that you're frightened as well. Perhaps we can face the future together. Everything seems better with you here around. I'll try to be just as comforting for you. It's the least I could do for all that you've done for me. I see your point. Well, it's as you said. If you wish, we could make you into one of us, a vampire. I know it sounds intimidating, and it's certainly a big choice, one that you can't undo, should you choose to go with it. And if you so choose, we could skip this entire monologue and just skip to the end. So what do you think? No one will force you to decide, but we could turn you immediately if you want to. Really? Are you sure? Honestly, I didn't expect you to agree so quickly.
I love how smoothly you do that. That's the best. Ooh.
Naturally. Hold still now. We'll alternate so as not to overwhelm you.
Wow.
Ah, delicious.
Oh,
Tasty.
wow, you actually like this one, brother. Wow.
Oh, for once, yeah. Diet cream soda.
Oh, and you say I like sweet things. Oh.
You never know.
Blueberry